Hello there. Welcome to Jedi and the Mailman, show where two old friends talk in a galaxy. I'm Mike the Mailman. That's Jimmy the Jedi. How we doing, Jimmy?
My internet's acting crazy right now. So
Yeah, you're lagging a little bit.
I don't know what's happening. This happened to me on Sunday when we're recording the main show. So if I disappear, I'll be back.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm okay. It's almost 70 degrees here this week.
Jeez, that must be nice.
And I see from my cell phone that you guys are getting pounded with more snow.
Yep, another 1 to 3 inches tonight.
I talked to my mommy and she's had it with the snow.
Mm-hmm.
She's not happy.
I'm ready to be done.
Yeah. I wish that you guys would send it our way so I could get a dang snow day.
Yeah, I don't get snow days, so you can have it all. You can have as many snow days as you'd like.
Yes. I got it. Skywalking Ryan over in the group. There we go. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing? We're doing all right. Mike's tired of snow, and I want the snow, Ryan. So how are you doing? Big shout out to Chris Gibbs over on Instagram, Pat Firm, and Stephen Home, I think it is. Sorry. And again, there's a massive delay between us and Instagram because I think StreamYard and Instagram hate each other.
It seems that way.
Even though I've complained a lot to them. So
your voice does not matter, Jimmy.
It does not. It does not. So, but yeah, lots of Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
You ready to talk about it?
I'm always ready to talk about it.
So Mike and I started this. This is the beginning of this year. We started this. When did you find this article?
We didn't. I don't think we came back until February, right?
That's right.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, because of birthdays and all that.
Maybe, end of January, whatever. This is what, our fourth get together to try to answer these 26 questions. And I don't think we've made it halfway yet.
We are just a smidge over halfway, but we have to go back because of that trailer that we talked about last week. Ryan says, I'm good. Thanks for asking. I want some snow in Florida. Your whole state would be in a state of emergency if that happens. I was stationed in Georgia, Fort Stewart, which isn't that far from the Florida border. And we had this little wisp of snow. And you would have thought the apocalypse was happening.
Yeah. They don't know what to do.
No.
If you get any accumulation that needs plowed, they don't have the infrastructure to do it. It's just, that's the end of the world.
The world is just shutting down. So I'm glad you're not getting snow down there and you're safe. If people could send their snow from Pennsylvania to Kansas, I'd be here for it. So this article from StarWarsNews.com, StarWarsNewsNet.com. Eventually, maybe that's why they didn't hire me to write for them. I can't say their name.
Gotta get the net and the com in there.
Yeah, it's blah, blah, blah. Off to a strong start tonight. Written January 4th of this year by Miguel Fernandez. So we want to give all credits to those guys for coming up with these awesome questions. Pat Firm says, I'm in Ohio, and I will gladly give you mine. I bet you guys are probably getting crushed there, too. You guys, I just don't get it. And people, it's weird, though, and this is not a weather channel, but we have relatives that are in from Colorado, and they say they have barely gotten any snow.
Yeah, it's nuts.
The apocalypse is nigh. So, but anyway, so back to our article. So not last week, 2 weeks ago, we got into question 14, and a lot of these questions were about the Mandalorian and Grogu. I feel like, because we hadn't had a trailer yet, that we should talk real quick, not too much, but question number 12, which we've answered, and I can't remember what we said. Will Grogu speak in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie? And I don't remember what I said, but I think yes. Now,
I think I would probably agree with you after seeing the trailer, because it certainly seems like Grogu is on his own, maybe more than maybe I initially thought.
Oh, yeah.
And, leading his Anzellan buddy and some other fun stuff like that. So I'm assuming he's going to have to say something, right?
You would think. I mean, because it looks like he's going to say fight at least. Because he's like, I like this kid, and So, so I don't know. What do you guys think out there? Well, Grogu, we don't need to get into like how he's going to talk. I think it's going to be normal. But you think he's going to talk in this film? I mean, the guy's going on like 53, so at some point he's got to talk.
First words have to start at some point.
Somewhere. But yeah, so yeah, I think that, and then of course the other question, the question we ended on, and it took us a while because we're kind of debating some things. But will the Mandalorian and Grogu cross to 700 million at the box office? I think we both said yes prior to seeing the trailer. And I say hell yes after seeing the trailer.
I don't know. I'm still very hopeful. I still don't quite have a sense for it. It could easily do that. It could come close. It could go anywhere, man. It's really hard to say.
Need to find someone who doesn't know what I do for a living and then what I do on the side, and then ask them Star Wars questions, because like everyone I talk to at school, they're all Star Wars, like they like Star Wars. So I talk to them. I don't just bring it up to random folks.
And that's what we need, right? We need some random, some normies. We need the opinion of some normies.
So, I don't know. I was listening to the fellows over on the Weekly Planet podcast, and even the guy who likes it on there, James,
he was kind of meh on it.
He was kind of meh, and that was disappointing to me. But I also think that Meso has made him nervous to like really dive into stuff, like really like be like, I love it, you know what I mean? Because Meso like kind of hates it. I feel like it just doesn't buy into it or whatever. So, but anyways, I was a little disappointed when I heard his. He's like, I was like, what? Like I thought that this thing had everything, but again, what do we know? And I mean, everything I can tell from listening to those guys for like the last 4 years or 5 years, he's a big Star Wars guy. He's been frustrated, loves Andor, but he was like meh with the thing. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. He's hard to read sometimes though, because sometimes I feel like he just says things to say things. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna they're definitely not the normies that we would need to.
No,
because they go and see everything. You know what I mean?
Like they have to.
Obviously, it's their job. So, I don't know. They're not strictly Star Wars people, but they're definitely in the pop culture realm. And to be meh on it, I don't know. Maybe that says something. Maybe it doesn't say anything. I don't know. This is a hard one to get a read on.
Yeah, for sure. I need to. I reached out to my local expert in Hank the Tank. I haven't talked to him in a while, and I asked him what he thought, and he thought it was really great. So that's good because he's been real negative about Star Wars recently.
Yeah.
So I was glad to hear that. So I mean, it's
he's more the target audience. Yeah, exactly.
Target audience is excited. It kills me that I can't take that kid to see this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I would give anything to be able to take Hank and Jackson and my nephews here and those guys to those movies. Like I kind of feel like I'm missing out on that experience after having taken the swim team and stuff. But anywho, so now we're going to dive into some new questions. This first one's kind of tough though.
Okay.
And they're all like this is still in the Grogu category, but it's not about Grogu, which is weird. The question is, what happens to the New York, man. Just watched Blue Bloods while having dinner, so my brain is stuck on the Reagan family. But what happens to the New Republic era storyline after Ahsoka season 2? That's a pretty fair question. Yeah. We have heard rumors of that starting in September.
Okay.
And Miguel writes that specific plans for the larger story in the New Republic era are currently unclear to the audience. Everything in Star Wars is unclear. We know that Dave Filoni was planning on directing a movie that would serve as a culmination to all the Disney Plus storylines. And based on how Ahsoka 1 played out, we assumed season 2 would serve as a direct setup for this movie, where the New Republic forces would face off against Grand Admiral Thrawn and his goons, emulating the heir to the Empire story of the 1990s. But is this still the case? And when is this movie supposed to happen? I assume Dave Filoni has been working on it almost exclusively in his head until now, and as he was busy with the new season. But with that now in post-production, does he have a time to start actually writing? So where are we going? Because we have heard rumors that there's supposed to be this like Heir to the Empire film. Maybe Mando and the Grogu was going to be a trilogy. This was going to be part of it, or this was going to be a standalone that wrapped up all the Mandoverse stuff. Now we're hearing rumors that that's going to become a television show, that movie. So what do you think happens to the timeline? Folks out there listening and watching, what do you guys think happens to the timeline after this? Because I my biggest complaint, and I'll let you go, Mike, after this, is like we don't know how it ends, but we know how it has to end. All these people have to go away.
Yep.
So
we know
what
we're
does
getting
that look like? They're just going to blow each other up. They're going to pull a Rocky and knock each other out.
Yeah. I hate to answer this question this way because it seems like we're answering a lot of questions this way. But you said it, like Star Wars is kind of in flux here, and it's really hard to get any kind of gauge on where they're going. I kind of have a feeling that it seems to me they want to just move beyond everything, and they want to get to the Starfighter picture and go from there. Like kind of scrap everything and start new as far as, especially with the movies are concerned. Now, at the same time, you've got Dave Filoni taking over as president, and he is right in there with this story, this part of the story. This is his bread and butter. This is where he, where he lives. These are the stories that he tells. So does he want that? Does he really want to make his movie? Does he want to stay in this timeline that he's so, linked to? And does Jon Favreau leaving, if he leaves, does that affect, this sort of thing as well? It's hard to say, but I have a feeling, just generally, especially with movies are concerned, that they're going off. I know there's been some talk about the Ben Solo picture maybe being back in the mix too, but I don't think they want to go there. I don't feel like that's the direction they want to go. I feel like they want to move beyond the sequels and start fresh, start new, and not pick up on those stories. Not if they continue to tell stories in this era, in the
gap between
in that gap,
the New Republic area.
I think it might be just television, because we don't know what's going on with television. They have the platform. You got to put some shows on there. So at some point they got to get something going there. Maybe TV sticks in that realm, but I don't think movies are going to.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's my follow-up to you was going to be, now that Dave Filoni has, a pretty powerful role. I think that he had great influence as who he was, chief creative officer. I got to slow down and say one word at a time, but now he's the president of Lucasfilm. I feel like he's in a spot, right? Because if the next movie coming out is Heir to the Empire, like everyone's like, oh, self-serving, or or if it's, but then he has like this option, and there's like, I think most fans have liked him. I know there's grumblings about Ahsoka, like how much he loves Ahsoka, and I get why people could get frustrated with his obsession with her or whatever. But for the most part, people have been happy with the stuff he's done, but it's mostly been animation. So I don't know. I wonder as well what that looks like.
Yeah.
Now that he's in that position.
What would be your preference? What would you like to see?
I want movies in the theater. And here's the thing too, is we've talked this to death, I feel like, but Starfighter has a different feel than Mando does. I don't know if it's the unknown. I don't know if it's just the look of it, because Mando looks kind of serialistic, like what George wanted in the first place. And like, I know we haven't seen much, but the little things we've seen with Starfighter, it's like, this looks like it's going to be better for some reason. I don't know why that, and that's not, it seems like that's a universal feeling. It's not like it's just us. Like everyone's like super excited for this movie. Now I do think that the trailer has gotten a lot of us hyped for the movie. I know that we were kind of suffering and disappointed that we weren't more excited, but I mean, I want movies and I want shows. I don't buy into 1 second this whole fatigue thing.
Yeah.
I just think if the stuff's not good, yeah. But I mean, Marvel's turned out some crap, and they've still making $1 billion movies, and and then this movie didn't even cost $200 million. So, I want movies in the big screen. I want one, maybe two every year, two every year and a half, maybe. Like you get a December one year and you come back around in May, or I don't know. I think that the storytelling is there. I mean, you can't tell me people like Favreau and Filoni and everyone that works for them and with them doesn't have ideas. I mean, I feel like you could do all kinds of stuff with Star Wars. You have all these movies. Like at some point you got to make them, because the thing is like we've been sitting on this collective of movies since London. So everyone just stopped having ideas for movies.
Right.
Like we're just sitting on those like 6 movie ideas or what, you know what I mean? So like
it's crazy.
At some point, like they start piling up and you got to make movies. You have to move forward. You can't be afraid to fail. I mean, just take a look at Iron Man. Like Iron Man was this no-name superhero that people knew, but not, and it worked out.
Big time.
You're not guaranteed for it to work out, but you got to try. And I think that they just got to do something. I love TV shows. I would love movies that tell, the TV shows come in and they fill out stuff with like sub characters and things. I think that would be phenomenal. Like Star Wars fans love that connectedness. And I think that would be my ideal. Would be movies on the big screen, and then we got TV shows that kind of follow them, and maybe like they kind of peel back the curtain on some new characters or give us deeper dives. So like things mean a little bit more when we see them. I mean, so because that's the problem with movies is you don't get that much time with those characters, as opposed to like you get to spend 45 minutes 12 times or an hour 12 times. I mean, you're spending a lot of time with the different characters, getting attached to them and growing and watching them grow up or make mistakes. So I think it would benefit to have both.
I would like to see the storytelling go in all sorts of directions. I'm pretty much on the same page as you. I'm excited for Starfighter. I'm excited for that new era. But I also want them to go back and finish what they started. Like, I want the Lando movie. I want Solo 2.
Hell
I want,
speaking my language.
Especially with the Maul stuff coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Solo ends with that teaser with Maul. Like, I want that story to pick up again. I want that to start. I don't want them to abandon the sequels, which it feels like they're doing.
Yeah.
I want them to continue to tell that story. I want it all. And I'm with you. I want TV shows that fill in the gaps, that tell maybe smaller stories, but I don't know, just more.
They don't have to be blockbuster films every time either. They don't have to be the end of the world. Like, it can be something.
This is what I'm waiting to see with Mando and Grogu. If it's a success, if it makes $500,000 or more on that small budget,
better make $500 million.
Yeah, on that small budget, they got to emulate that model and make more stories like that. You can still make your big budget Starfighter, blow it out, make $1 billion, spend $750,000 to make $1 billion. But I also want these smaller ones. If it works out and it turns out good, just keep telling the stories every era, even start, go back to the Clone Wars. Even there's stories to tell there. There's stories, in the High Republic era. There's stories in this new, all over the place. I want it all. I want something from everywhere. Just keep throwing it out there.
I mean, it's like this. It's like the book I'm listening to. I'll be honest with you, I'm not reading it right now. I've been listening to it on my commute because I've got an hour and 10 minutes in the car every day, if not more.
Yep.
And I'm listening to Low Red Moon, which is a prequel to Star Wars Outlaws. And I was super hesitant to even get into it because but man, it's been so good. And I got so excited when they mentioned Crimson Dawn. I'm like, ooh, are they going to say her name? Are they going to say her name? And then they say her name, and then they say Dryden Voss's name. And I'm just like, like the connectivity is so much fun. And that's the thing too, is you can tell these stories that are, I mean, even if you wanted to go back to the original trilogy, you could tell stories that interweave with our heroes. You never had to see the heroes. All you got to do is mention them, show them from behind every once in a while or something. Like, you could do so many things. I think of the book, The Lost Stars, and how they weave it in and out of the events of the original trilogy. And I just think that, that would be kind of cool. So I agree with you though, Mike. I think that they need to do something. I'm really, really hoping that I don't think the change is coming immediately. I think because like Kathleen's sticking around for a while, Bob Iger's sticking around for a while. I think that those people who are taking over are going to be hesitant to do anything like crazy different. But I think once those people are out the door,
then maybe
they can be like, not in the day to day, because like when they're not in the day to day, you can be like, well, we just as a group we decided. Because that's tough. Like, what that's. I mean, it's tough to tell someone that you respect and stuff like that. Like, well, we think you had a bad idea and we want to try it. So I don't know. I think that, I'm more storytelling. Don't be afraid. Go get it. Big swings. Nothing, but it doesn't have to be these crazy big films. Like,
no,
I mean,
by big swings, I think you mean just try different stories, different genres, different approaches. Like, Andor was a big swing. You know what I mean? It didn't disappoint. Try these different things, go different directions, hire different directors and writers and things like that. Try it all.
I do think, and this will be my last point on this whole thing. I think they need the post trilogy, post sequels time stuff though. They need to have a bunch of Jedi. They need to have a bunch of bad guys, and we need a Marvel type movie with lots of heroes battling it out. I think that would revitalize Star Wars in a way, and then you could kind of tell. What I mean? Does that make sense? Like, you need your Cal Kestis and your Ahsoka and and Rey and her new Jedi Order versus some creatures that we've never seen before that awaken because of things that happened in Mando and Grogu, or something. The Nameless are back from the High Republic, and somewhere in the outer regions, someone's been holding on to the path of the open the open hand or whatever, the Nihil, what they become, and some of that just reemerges, and there's like this. But it doesn't have to be like, I don't know. I just think you could do it, and I think, but I think that's what it. I think the franchise needs something like that to like kind of kickstart things. But
I mean that's a lot like what the High Republic did in novels. You know what I mean? It is more of that superhero type of team up, because there are so many Jedi out there, and they're not all the same. You know what I mean?
So
like, they all have their different approaches and different styles and different. They are more like superheroes, like you say. Like,
I think that's what
just those the adult novels, the main novels from the High Republic series, that would make some great movies.
God. Yeah, those heroes, those Jedi, and the thing is, it's not Sith, but Marchion Ro. If people could find out about him, he's right up there with Darth Vader and Palpatine. I mean, I think he's crazier than those guys. In the end, I mean, he's like unhinged in a way that Palpatine is not, and Vader is not. Like, this dude is totally unhinged.
An utter nihilist.
So I mean, the potential's there. They got the stuff. They just have to be afraid to like go out and get it, I guess. But and speaking of big swings, the next question, we're kind of getting into the Ahsoka questions of this. Will we see Abeloth in Ahsoka season 2? And Abeloth is a non-canon character that's come out, and super powerful Force user, almost like a witch monster. I don't even know how else to describe her. I've never read anything with her in it in Legends, if I'm being perfectly honest. I wasn't really reading at the time of Legends, what is now Legends material. Super intrigued by this though. And the ramifications could be grand. You could unleash this here, and it could be the things that other people are dealing with down the road. She gets loose. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we see someone that's powerful? Because I mean, everything points to the Mortis gods. I still don't think they're like the end all be all of the Force. I think they're just like Greek gods, where it's like this is this crew, and then there's probably more other places. And we've seen things again in the High Republic with Planet X and stuff like that. So What do you think? Do you think that she's going to pop up and go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
I think it's certainly on the table. I I wouldn't put my nickel down on yes for sure, but I do think that in Ahsoka, you're going to see more of that offbeat kind of more mystical kind of stuff that,
Night
Dave
Sister
seems to
type
want to
stuff.
dabble in. Yeah. 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 So I wouldn't put it, I wouldn't say no for sure. I mean, there's definitely potential.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know. I just don't know enough about the character um to know how, and I don't know how grandiose they want to get with
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
how much they can. Like, I mean, they got a budget.
Hmm.
We haven't heard anything about budgeting, have we, for Ahsoka season 2? Like
Not that
cost or
I've,
anything like
nope.
that.
Nope.
That should all be
It's,
done because they stopped filming,
yeah.
so we should know.
I, mum's the word on that series.
And
Like,
we heard what
you know,
45 to 60-minute episodes is what we've
yeah.
heard,
Right.
but
It's not
yeah,
much. There's still no
no.
release date. I mean, it's
Oh hell, we're getting commercials for video games without release dates. It just says 2026. That's been a little frustrating.
hmm.
Then we haven't gotten anything about Zero Company, which I'm really mad about because that's the one I wanted to play the most.
Yeah.
Like racing games are fun, but
Yeah. But
I want that dang turn-based. I mean, that's like our childhood video games,
mhm,
turn-based fighting. Like I
yeah.
know the younger kids probably gonna hate it, but
It's going to be
I think
boring as hell for them.
it's
But
gonna be so much fun. I still play
mhm,
some of those games. I just enjoy the
yes,
simplicity and then the
it doesn't
and
take a
the
whole bunch of dexterity, which I
yeah.
don't have.
So yeah. Um Will the Ghost crew, Sans Kanan, sorry, Mike,
Yeah.
reunite on screen in Ahsoka season 2? So that means they'd all have to get back together by the end of the season.
Hmm.
What do you think?
I think absolutely.
Okay.
You have to make that happen, don't you?
Well, I said yes. I can't remember who we were talking. I don't. I get so confused as if we talked it on this show, if I talked about it on someone else's show, or if we talked about it on the podcast. But I remember saying yes almost immediately.
Hmm.
Oh, this was on Mike. This was on Guy Who Loves Star Wars. We were chatting about this. We talked for like an hour on this. And at first I was like, yes, absolutely. But then he kind of brought up a couple points. He's like, well, what's the story then? Like, so they're gonna do all these shenanigans over there, and then they just come back to the universe, or you know, I want them to. Don't get me wrong. I want to see the group back together. I want a television show. I want officially a Rebel season 5
Mm,
and it's live action, but it's
yeah.
called Rebels season.
Hmm.
It's just a continuation of the television
That'd
show.
be great.
I want that,
Yeah.
but are we going to get that? They got to at least get Sabine back over
Yes.
because
That's what I'm thinking. Is
Ahsoka doesn't really count as the Rebels crew, does she? Not to
Mm,
me. She's
nope.
an independent
Nope.
character. I feel like.
Mhm. I think there's gonna be an end for Ahsoka. I I really think so. I don't think that she's gonna die. I know there's a lot of talk that maybe she'll ascend to the pantheon, and
Yeah,
become
become
one
the
of the,
daughter or whatever.
yeah, something like that. And I'd buy that.
That
That's
keeps
totally
her around
possible.
forever if he wants her.
Hmm. Hmm. And I could totally see Dave doing something like that. But yeah, I don't see them. I don't see Sabine staying lost in the other galaxy.
Yeah,
She's got
that's
to come
crazy.
back. She's an iconic character. Like they definitely, I would think, want to do more with her. And she's the only missing part, right? The rest of the Ghost crew
Yeah, I
is,
mean everybody else is back there. I mean, not
they just have
everybody
to
else.
bring
It's just
Zeb. They'd have to bring Zeb into the show, but
do you
he's out there.
yeah, I mean, he's there. We're going to see him in a couple of months. We're going to see a whole
Hmm.
bunch of live action Zeb.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's exciting to think about. And man, you think about this like Zeb brings Grogu into the mix of the Rebels, and you've got the Rebels and Grogu. Like, that is like every kid's dream that's loved Rebels. You get Grogu and you get the Rebels crew together, and you
Yeah.
got Hera, and then you could have Jason and Grogu kind of learning Jedi stuff together.
Yes.
That'd be
Yes.
sick.
Hmm.
You got Ezra there to teach.
Yep.
Dude, I'm tuning in for that every single week.
Hells
I'd
yeah.
be kind of bummed that it's not animated because we won't get as many episodes, but it would be
Right.
sick.
Hmm.
And the crazy stuff that happens in animation never happens in live action, but
Yeah.
that'd be all right.
Okay. Okay. If we ever get there, do we have Freddie Prinze.
That's the next question.
Is he going to be a Force Ghost? Do we see Freddie Prinze as a Force Ghost?
Dude, that would be
awesome. Say it. It'd be awesome.
Can that happen though? Because I'm trying to think of the timeline of Rebels. It happened. He dies. He dies before the time period of A New Hope, right? Like that crew, like because they're at the Battle of Scarif. Well, we think that's the Ghost. Oh no, we know it's the Ghost because we hear General Syndulla and we see Chopper. I'm just kind of trying to think of like the inner workings, like, because Kenobi's the first one, but they have Vader didn't know how to do it and he showed up. Right. It doesn't seem like you have to. I want to say yes.
Yeah.
I think that down the road, if
everybody wants it,
if they turn Jason if Jason becomes a main character, let's say they strike gold with this kid.
Yeah.
Right. And he becomes like this story and they have to eventually.
Yes,
and the thing is, I guess you just, yes. The problem with it is Freddie Prinze doesn't look anything like Kanan. I don't feel
doesn't matter.
So
they can make it work.
You could make it work. You could do some stuff.
There's wigs.
But yeah, I think that would be sick if I don't. And the question here was, will he appear in Ahsoka season 2? Absolutely not. I don't think that's even in the realm. I don't think. I mean, his voice appeared in The Rise of Skywalker, so I wouldn't have believed that either. But that was the first time we'd ever seen anything like that. But I would say absolutely not to Ahsoka season 2. But I say eventually, yes, depending on. But that all depends on whether.
If it happens in Ahsoka season 2, if we get Freddie Prinze as Kanan as a Force Ghost, I don't know how I'm going to be able to talk after we do the reviews. I don't know how I'm going to be able to talk.
Be like, that would be nuts because it'll be emotional. Even if it's like a flashback or something, Sabine could be sitting there and be like, Kanan this or Kanan that, and then they just show him and her working together with the Darksaber or something like. Yes, please. That'd be nuts. So,
and I don't see Freddie Prinze in a whole bunch of things. See, I imagine he has time. I think he just does a wrestling podcast, right?
What's that?
I think he just does that wrestling podcast, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know his wife is getting ready to reboot Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so he's free to do stuff, I think.
That'd be great.
So, question number 18, will we see Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan in Ahsoka season 2? Oh, for a Clone Wars era flashback.
Yeah.
Now there has been something.
There's a little bit of chatter about that.
Wasn't there? Wants a Clone Wars season so they can wear the uniform. So I could see that. I just feel like if he's not willing to do it for less money, I don't think it happens because if the rumors are true and he was making was it 30 million or something, even more than that, that's insane.
Yeah.
At some point you got to put, you've made enough money in your life. He made enough money at Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. He doesn't need $50 million, as they say on our favorite, the podcast. But,
and maybe he has figured that out too, because I don't know. It's a time of the Kenobi show. They're still trying to work out streaming. They still don't know what the budget. They feel like they could spend whatever because everybody's watching streaming, and then they found out later that no. So when that market shifts, sometimes the people that work in that market have to shift as well. So maybe he would be willing. He's talked about it being something he wants to do. And like you said, when you have that much money, you don't need any more. Just go do the things that you want to do.
If you truly want to do it, if Aaron Rodgers,
do it for scale.
First ballot Hall of Famer, will come and play for $10 million, which is a pittance of what he's made over his career because he loves playing football. Despite what you think of him, that's a much harder gig than coming back and playing Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, Limitless Nerd over on Instagram says, "What's up, everyone?
Hey.
What's going on, Cameron?" Cameron was just on our main show, came out today. We're talking everything Maul. So that was a lot of fun to have him on the show. Yeah, we're just ripping through these questions. We're almost to 20.
Wow. You said we'd finish these tonight.
Yeah, I thought we might, but yeah, I've got about 10, 15 more minutes here. So yeah, so I don't know. What do you think? Do we see Kenobi in Ahsoka season 2 in a flashback?
I doubt it, but I can't say no because, like I said, I feel like there was chatter, and Hayden Christensen's definitely in it, right? As far as we know,
that's the rumors. Yeah. 50 better late than never, baby.
And you know, the things that Ewan said, the chatter, I think there's a chance. I don't know. Could they keep that under wraps because it's done, right? The season's shot, it's in the can, it's ready to roll whenever they're ready to put it out there. So, could they hide that? Could they keep that?
I think so.
Wraps? Yeah,
I think so.
Especially if it's a small, a couple of minutes or whatever. Yeah,
if it's a one episode flashback like they did with young Ahsoka and them, I think that I think you're fine. Limitless Nerd over on Instagram says I think so. So he thinks we're gonna get it. So that's good. That's exciting. Yoon wants to wear the Clone Wars armor. Yeah, so we're kind of referencing that those rumors now that he's like, I want to do a Clone Wars live action so I can wear that armor. That armor is sick.
Yes,
like if I could get like someone to build me like a cosplay, it would be a Clone Wars Jedi so I could wear that armor. That'd be so cool. So, but well, there we go. Embo, Hondo, Lando, Mando.
There we go.
There we go. I'm back.
I was trying to run that through my head earlier. I don't know if it was today. Maybe while I was trying to sleep. I have things that just run through my head, and I couldn't remember all of them. So now I gotta get that launcher going.
There you go. So, yeah. Now we're into the general Star Wars questions.
All right.
A lot of these have to do with. Well, no, I guess not. Hang on. All right. Well, we'll see. I guess they're all kind of unrelated. Is Darth Maul's apprentice in Shadow Lord Darth Talon? We just talked about this 2 weekends ago, I think, about the show and kind of diving into it. And of course, we talked a little bit about it, I think, in the main show this week. But is Devin, does she become Darth Talon?
I think this would have been a better question had we done this show back in the beginning of January when this article came out. But the fact that, the trailer's out, we know that her name is Devin now. Of course you change your name when you become a Sith Lord, but
yeah,
I think they're just trying to get conversation going. They're trying to get that question out there, get people talking about it. But I just think they wanted the speculation. I think they wanted to go adjacent to that. You know what I mean? Like they like that character.
Really, like you have all these aliens out there, and you pick a pinkish red Twi'lek.
Right.
Like that's kind of a jerk move on their part. If she ends up not becoming Darth Talon, that's kind of an a-hole move.
And I think that's the fact that
you could make it any creature, human, whatever. You can invent a new creature.
Yep.
You made it an almost red Twi'lek girl.
And I think that's on purpose. I think they're walking up to that line as close as they can, skirting it. And
maybe she has a twin or something.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to say it. I don't think she's going to be Darth Talon. But I think they wanted it to be, like I said, the conversation. They wanted to be as close to that. They wanted to give people that, but not. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
That's my feelings. I don't know what everybody else thinks.
I was trying to look at the date. We have next week. We're getting the first, the very first comic in the Maul, Shadow of Maul comic, and that's supposed to start the story.
Yeah. So maybe we'll
And
know
there was
more.
an article that just came out about with I didn't get a chance to read it because we're getting ready for the show, but an article came out that Sam Wentworth's talking a lot about the show, so we'll see. How about an Embo, Hondo, Mando, Lando, Rebo combo? I like
Throw
it.
Max in there.
Throwing Rebo in there now. Oh, Maxie.
Max Rebo would be the center of that sphere.
He would be the glue that hold. He'd be the Jerry. That's the deal. So, but yeah, yeah. So I think, yeah, I just if she ends up not being Talon, I just think that is so. I mean, it's shady as hell and kind of an a-hole move on
What do you
everyone
think?
who's involved.
Do you think they're going to come off as a-holes, or do you think that it's going to be Talon?
I don't know if it'll be well received.
Yeah.
I think it could be one of those things that like people knock the show. Like, I don't know if anyone's thought about it. Like everyone, I think who knows that character assumes it's her.
Mm-hmm.
It ends up not being her. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why a red Twi'lek then? Why not a green one or a Rhodian or some other another Thelan or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So I almost feel like it kind of has to be, but I mean, you're taking someone out of canon or out of Legends and you're rearranging. So I mean, they got a fight on their hands there too with all the purists, I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna give them trust. Like I'm super excited for that show. I cannot wait for it to start. So
we're gonna
give them.
Like we talked about doing a prediction episode before Mando.
Oh yeah, we'll do prediction show like the week before that. Yeah, the week before we'll definitely do like predictions for that. We'll do predictions
see how off base we really are.
Oh, here's a good question. 50 coming in hot. We gonna get Omega in live action. Who would play Omega? I'd vote for Mae Martin to play. Ooh, Mae Martin. Let me hang on a second. I'm gonna look her up.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who Mae Martin is either, but I'd love to see Omega in live action.
Oh,
the Bad Batch story, it's got to continue, whether it's more animation at some point or better yet, live action. Fitting Omega into the mix of this time period. I'd love to see more Omega storytelling for sure.
Yeah, like I mean I would like that as well. I would love more Omega. I think she was an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like she should have been more than just a pilot or whatever. But we don't know what she's become. We know what she started out to, and people like her can't help themselves but become leaders and stuff like that.
She's still essentially a kid. So
yeah. So Mae Martin here, I'm gonna pop this up real quick. Let me see if I can share it without blowing everything up. You know how good I am at this. So let me see.
How's her accent?
I don't know. Share screen. Let's go. Mae Martin, Google search. So that's May right there. I think she could probably pull it off.
Yeah. Okay.
Although she's kind of pale. That's my only thing. I have to I can put her in the tanning bed. But if she's gonna be related to a Kiwi. Yeah. So where is our Kiwi at tonight?
I don't know.
Man.
Must be busy. Yeah, I can't remember what she was in, but I now that I see her face, I know her.
So all right, stop sharing that. I think that's a good call.
Yeah.
50. I mean, she looks like she could play the part. I don't know. It's crazy what they can do with, just makeup and hair and stuff like that. They can make anybody look like anybody. So
she's got to have the accent, though. I mean,
yeah, she's gonna be like, take, Hunter, Wrecker.
You got the accent.
There we go. Let me be. I'll shave the beard off to be Omega.
Just do the ADR.
Yeah, there we go.
He could do the acting. It'd be like the Darth Vader thing, does all the lines and everything, and then find out that somebody else did it for him.
Some 50-year-old man with a big giant gray beard is actually playing Omega's voice. Next question. I think this might have to be our last one for the night.
I told you we would finish.
I know. I think will we get another Star Wars Visions Presents after the Ninth Jedi? We still don't know when that's coming out. I don't know why I thought that was coming out this month originally, and this month is almost over, so I was wrong. But we're getting Ninth Jedi. We've got the second in the series for Vision during Vision Season 3, and then we're supposed to get about I thought they said like 45-minute episode of the Ninth Jedi. Which, as long as that droid that was in the last one's not in it, I'll be fine. Because that thing was driving me nuts.
I think I think there'll be a Vision Season 4 at some point. I don't think it's going to be this year.
But do you think they're going to do these special spin-offs where it's like, because this is what Star Wars Visions presents.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a one-off or
more of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
other than the Ninth Jedi, which they've already announced, wasn't there something else from Visions that they announced?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I could be completely off base.
I mean, we get so many rumors and things come and go. So,
yeah, I don't know. Is it? I have not seen all of the Visions myself. I'll sit down every once in a while and I'll watch one. And, I'm slowly picking them off. It's not been compelling enough for me to like really sit down and binge it all, and that's no knock on it. It's really good. I've enjoyed everything that I've watched. It's just there's so much time in a day. So I don't know, is there anything that compelling you think that really needs to
I think most of the stories that could keep going with them,
right?
I mean, there's so many good ones that I was like, oh yeah, I want to see more.
I mean, things like that the dying stormtrooper one, there's nowhere to go.
Well, other than that, I don't.
That one.
That would give me a stroke. I think if I had to watch 35 minutes of that.
I think there's a few others that are just standalone that really couldn't go anywhere, beyond where they were. But
there's some that definitely lead to. And the thing is, too, this presents could be a brand new story.
Could be
a start and stop.
Just
start beginning.
One of those, just one of those creators. Here's do a 45-minute presentation or 90-minute presentation, whatever. So I'd like to see it. I mean, it's like we talked about earlier. Just do more Star Wars. I don't care. I don't care what it is, where it is. Like, give me more. If you got a compelling story, put it out there.
Yeah, no kidding. So. But yeah, I don't know. I think so for sure. I think I think Visions has been kind of quiet and on the back burner right now because of that scandal with them straight up stealing, which was like the one that I want the next piece to is that one. Cause that was like one of my favorite ones. When they take her away and like, all right, well, what's next for her or whatever. But,
you're never going to get that story.
No, we're never going to get that one. That's probably buried and gone.
Yep.
That company's, I don't even know I don't know. I've not heard anything, which is weird because like these news cycles, like they seem to grab everything if there was a lawsuit or it was handled out of court or whatever. But I'm sure that stuff takes a while. And then you're going up against someone like the Mouse House. That can't be easy.
Yeah.
You're just some group of people who made a dang fan film.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more questions.
I think we could finish this next week.
If we don't, we're done with it regardless.
That's fair.
We're done with it regardless if we don't finish. I do think we can probably rip through this one. Folks, go on to StarWarsNewsNet.com. Type into your browser 26 Star Wars questions for 2026. This is the first thing that pops up. Look at the last few questions. Be ready. Come back. Tell us what you think. There's some good questions, some book questions on here.
Cool.
So, and then just some generic guesses coming down the line. So we'll see.
Yeah, we can stretch 6 questions into an hour for sure.
Oh, easily. We get off on a tangent and then we'll start talking about Embo, Hondo, Lando,
Mando,
Rebo, and then whoever he throws in there next week, some random character that 50 finds that goes with the scheme. But yeah, so I don't know. Anything else can you think of that we need to?
No, I think we're good. little bit shorter this week, but I know you got some
I got a
things to
couple
do.
things I got to take care of, and so, but yeah, folks, let us know. I want to thanks everybody over on Instagram and on Facebook. I can see that we got a few people that were watching on Facebook. 50, thanks for hopping in. Limitless, all you guys, for joining us this week. And we're finishing this stupid list of questions. I remember you said this, like, oh, this will take us. I don't know if I think we said it would take us
4 episodes. After the first episode, we realized we only got through like 7 questions or whatever. I don't even think it was 7.
Insane.
But,
we had to start with questions. And we got through 6 of them.
Yeah, this was this is the 3rd week we're doing this.
3rd or 4th. Yeah, this is the 3rd time because we did 1 through 7. Weeks. We did 8 through 14, and then we recapped 12 and 13. Then we got from 14 to we just finished 20.
Yeah, 4 weeks. So one more article like this, Jimmy, and we'll be right in the mall.
We're set right in the mall. Yeah, that'll be good stuff. So I'm gonna on my super official piece of yellow paper. See right here, I still have it.
I'm so surprised.
I did freak out a little bit because when I came down here, because it was folded before when I was writing on it, and I was like, "Oh no, I got rid of it." I found it. Success is mine, but
it's a good thing you don't have cats. They would not still be there.
Start at number 21, and then who knows? Maybe we get some big news, or we get a trailer, or we get something that'll interrupt
like last
this.
Week.
Yeah. So hopefully. So, all right, folks. Hey, thanks for joining us. Every Tuesday we're here. Main show comes out on Tuesdays. Get tons of Star Wars from the Explore the Force, Jedi and the Mailman. Let us know what you think. If you got a good topic, let us know. What were you going to say, Mike?
And it's going to say just exactly what you said. Anything you're itching to hear us discuss, just drop it in the comments. Let us know. We're always open to ideas.
We will be recapping the mall stuff
week by week.
Yeah, and we'll be doing it on Tuesdays. Like, we'll be doing it on this show, from my understanding. So we won't be coming on live after the shows on Monday, which will give us a little bit of time to process. But I still think it'll still be fresh enough that we can you'll get some good, honest feedback from it. We'll always be honest with you if we liked it or not. So but other than that, folks, have a happy rest of your week. Have a safe rest of your week. Happy. Please send your snow to Kansas. I'm begging you.
I'll throw some in a box for you tonight.
I'm telling you, it's killing me because this is my first time not being a full-time coach / teacher, and I don't get all the getting out of school all the time like I used to. And so I'm at school.
You got to work 5 days a week.
Yeah,
oh my
it's
God,
killing me, man. I'm like, this sucks. I'm gonna go back to coaching just so I can get out of the classroom a little bit. So just kidding. I love teaching. Kids are awesome to work with on the daily. They're never
so sincere.
Yeah, it's totally sincere. I mean, this is me being sincere. So I'll work on it for next week. But all right, folks, thank you. And we'll see y'all next week.
See ya.